In digital era 4.0, human abilities and knowledge have now developed in every field, both in terms of education, health, and so on, including in improving knowledge that can be easily accessed in online media applications, like TikTok, one of them. Not only as an entertainment media, but also a media that can be used to increase knowledge. And I am Ricky Wahyudi. With me, we will examine more deeply an article entitled Improving Student Knowledge on Selected History Topic Through TikTok Platform as Digital Learning Tool. Before we dive into the discussion, I will explain two parts of this article. The first part is the article information, including the journal name, article the title, and author. Then, in the second part is the content of the article, such as background, literature review, methodology, result or finding, then discussion, and finally the conclusion. Let's move to the first part, which is the article information. As you can see on this video, from the Journal of Digital Learning and Education, I choose an article entitled Improving Student Knowledge on Selected History Topic Through TikTok Platform as Digital Learning Tool, which is written by Shelley April S. Desolina et al. Moving on, the second part is the content of the article. First, we discuss about background. The background of this article is aimed at to describe students' knowledge on the selected topic of Philippine history prior to the utilization of homemade TikTok mini lecture videos as an intervention, and then to identify the factor that influence students' knowledge before the intervention, and also to describe students' knowledge on selected Philippine history topic after the utilization of homemade TikTok mini lecture video as intervention, and also to discover how the intervention improves student knowledge on selected topic of Philippine history. Literature review by assessing the status of the student learning in history. It's considered that student knowledge can be assessed through direct and indirect measures. Direct measures are common and prevalent where teachers conduct homework, exam, quizzes, essay, and project. However, indirect measures such as evaluation of knowledge through student survey and reflection are alienated in the context of learning assessment. Teachers sometimes overlook that a qualitative assessment on student knowledge will be very meaningful in measuring student learning. The goal of motivational educational videos is to engage and motivate learners to take responsibility for their own learning and identify with the story in the course. The research methodology used a generic qualitative approach. The participants were 33 students, second year's BAD student in math class consisting of 11 students, and the second year's BAD social studies student consisting of 22 students. In this phase, in-depth interview were the data collection tool using an open-ended survey through Google Meet. Also, in analyzing the data, participant responses from conducting in-depth interviews during the pre-intervention assessment phase and post-intervention assessment phase were subjected to thematic analysis to identify themes from the descriptive data collection regarding student insight before and after the implementation of the intervention. And the result, we found 10 points in this study are: first, student knowledge on selected Philippine history topic prior the intervention. The first theme describing the knowledge of participant prior utilization of self-made mini lecture TikTok video is named generalized knowledge. From the operational definition of them generalized, it's the overview knowledge of the student on the content and historical events that were discussed in the past. Most of the main concepts of the topic were pointed by the student, but let preferably elaborate. For instance, several participants were able to answer the interview question. Next, issue and controversies on side of first mass. The student perspective on the subject we are expressing in a variety of ways. Among all the issues and controversies inquired to the participants, the side of first mass was the popular and known historical event that can be familiarized by anybody. To mention few participants such as Student 22, Student 16, Student 13, and Student 10 recognized the confusion on the controversy. For example, Student 10 calmly expounded the ideas he had saying, "As much as I remember about First Mass, the historian, the First Mass was believed to be in Butuan, but the truth is, it was held in Limasawa because Magellan went to Limasawa Island. The first Mass was predicted by Father Pedro." And we have issues and controversies on Cavite Matini. And then, issues and controversies on cry of Pugadlawing or Balintawak. And then, factors affecting student knowledge on Philippine history prior to intervention, such as lack of interest, catchy teaching strategies, and complexity of the subject. And then we have utilization of self-made mini lecture video on selected Philippine history topic. We also have issues and controversies on side of first mass, issue and controversies on Cavite Matini, issue and controversies on the retraction of Jose Rizal, and the last is about issues and controversies on crying of Balintawak or Pugadlawing. Pre-intervention interview shows that participants state that the place of the cry that they took was on Balintawak. It's popularized over the years that the cry of rebellion happened in Balintawak, despite of the proclamation declaring that it's Pugadlawing. Most of the Filipinos until present times retain in their memory that is in Balintawak. And the content of the three responses can have the similarities of the emotion expressed by each student. The detail of the history were inadequately explored, but their reflection on the issues can be asserted on the effective domain that they assimilate from their learning. For discussion, as the interview continued, the researchers asked the student about their experience and perspective from creating the TikTok mini lecture videos. Questions in this post-intervention interviews, including their insight on the knowledge they gained on the effect of the text on their learning in the chosen topic in history, so that the participant responses can end with commonly as they need a common idea during the process. And as the result, the researchers come up with 2 times after the data analysis procedures. From the result of the study also, it can be concluding that creating a self-made mini lecture TikTok video as a learning tool internally will strengthen students to search for more reliable historical facts, to become confident in education their viewers, as well as allowing them to enjoy the acquisition of knowledge for the reason that TikTok encourages them to show their passion and creativity. With the influencing behavior of creating a mini mirror in their learning process, they show comprehensive knowledge where they can elaborate the detail of the issues and controversies of the chosen topic in history and reflective knowledge, where they internalize emotions and their reflections regarding the issues they study. So that is a brief explanation of the article that I have reviewed. I hopefully it can provide new knowledge for you, and the last reading say thank you so much and bye bye.